What's up, K Army? Today I am back with another video. So today guys I will be showing you how to get this Coachella look. Oh yes, tribal vibes. And yeah, we're only going to be using one palette today, and I really love how this look turned out. We're going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette, one of my favorite palettes in this video. So if you would like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Okay, K Army, so we're going to start with this look for Coachella, and we're going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette to create this look today. The first color we're going to take is burnt orange, and we're going to take that color up pretty high into our transition area. So what we're doing is we're taking this color up pretty high, almost into our brow bone, and we're focusing most of that orange on the outer portion of the eye. And the rest of the color, we're just going to drag it on the inside. The next color we're going to take is Regular, and we're going to put that more into the crease. And we're focusing that on the outer portion of that crease. Just little circular motions on the outer crease. Now taking the color Love Letter, we're going to smoke that all throughout this crease here. Really lightly, just pressing that color on first. And I'm trying to be really light with dragging this in here. Okay, now we're going to take the color in the palette called Antique Bronze, and we're just going to keep that on the outer portion of the lid. Just putting that color right there. Adding the depth to the lid. And as you can see, I have my brush laying flat against my lid, and I'm just wiggling back and forth, trying to keep the color there. Okay, next we're going to take the tiniest bit of Cypress Umber, and we're going to keep that very on the outer portion of this eye. Look. Now we're going to do a half cut crease, and I'm just going to take a little concealer and put it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to cut my inner crease. Okay, the next color I'm going to take is this mauvish purplish color in the palette, which is called Buon Fresco, and we're going to just take a packing brush and pack that onto the concealer. Now to make these two colors melt together, we're going to go back in with the same blending brush with no more product on it, but we're just going to try to make those two colors just mesh together and melt. Just wiggling that back and forth. So it's not a direct like cut off, just do. Now I'm going to highlight my inner corners by taking the color Vermeer and just placing that right there. So let's move to the face and we'll come back and we'll finish off the eyes. Okay, for foundation, we're going to be using the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation. But because we're going to be out there dancing and getting our party on at Coachella, we want to add in a little bit of the High Beam highlighter by Benefit. And this comes with like a brush type of highlighter. We're just going to just smother it on. I feel like I'm putting nail polish on my face. And with the bottom of the Beauty Blender, just tap that all in. For concealer, I'm going to be using my NARS Creamy Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Ginger and Biscuit. I'm going to put Ginger like just to highlight in my face and under my eyes. And I'm going to put Biscuit closer to my under eye to give me even more pop of color. And to set this all in place, I'm going to be using my Patrick powder to bake all of that in. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, just tapping that all in. Okay, moving back to eyes, we're going to go back and with Vermeer and put that back into the inner tear duct because it kind of got lost. Okay, and now we're going to start working on the bottom lash line. So the first color we're going to take is going to be burnt orange, and we're taking that on a flat shader brush and smoking that out pretty low on this bottom lash line. And we want this to be like super smoky, like we're taking that color kind of low. The next color we're going to take is Buon Fresco, that same mauve purple, and we're going to put that on the inner lash line. And on the outer portion of our lash line, we're going to take the color Love Letter and Antique Bronze and put that into the lash line tightly. We're just mixing those two colors together, and we're going to connect that to this outer portion here. Okay, first we're going to put a primer on our bottom lashes, and then we're going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara to coat the top and bottom lashes. And I like to use a primer for my bottom lashes because it makes sure that the bottom lashes are coated well and that they look really full, because I don't have very full bottom lashes. Now I'm going to pop on my velour lashes in the style Fluff and Wispy. And we're going to get to the fun part. But I'm taking my Kat Von D Lock It Concealer in the color White out. And I'm taking this little dotted, I don't even know what to call this. It's a dotted tool. And I'm just going to coat the dot with the white, and we're going to use this to create dots all over our eyes. And we're going to start on the outer portion of our brow. And just trace. And since Beyonce is supposed to be at Coachella this year, we want to do something that's kind of Beyonce themed. So next we're going to draw a tribal line going down the center of our face. I'm going to switch over to using a thin brush to do that. Okay, for lips today, we're going to take the Lime Crime Liquid Lip in the color Cougar, and we're just going to put that all over our lips first. Now, taking that same white concealer, I'm going to draw a small white line down the center of my lips. I'm going to throw a little Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting setting spray and set this all in. For final touches, we're going to add on a little highlighter from Becca, and this is in the color Moonstone. I'm just going to add that to the tip of our nose. And guys, that is the completed look. We are looking very tribal-ish. I added this faux nose ring, and I love it. I love it so much. Got the hair pretty messy, and we are ready for Coachella. So go and slay. And as always, guys, if you like this video, please go down below and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kirsten and I YouTube channel. And if you guys do decide to subscribe, don't forget to turn on that bell notification so you get a ping every time we post. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time on Karma Playhouse. Deuces.
I'm Kirsten.
And I'm Miesha, and you've been watching
Karma Playhouse. If you like challenges
and DIYs, remember to watch more of our videos.
and smash the subscribe button below.